mean, you wouldn't do that if it was a milk carton. Hello, everybody. I'm Captain Tommy Scoville.
I'm Johnny Scoville.
And you were on the lifeboat. Riding on the lifeboat. I do want to a round of apologies. If I was supposed to phone you today, or if I was supposed to text you today, or do anything else today with my phone, I probably didn't do it. It's nothing personal. I'm having issues with my phone.
That's the hairs right here that I want you to just thin out.
Oh yeah, I got this. Don't trip. And watch this. I'm gonna do it looking at that.
We'll do it live right now.
Yeah, I don't even need to look at you.
You should do the reflection of a mirror.
No, I'm
like
doing
that
it through the screen. We got this. Right? Am I close? Oh,
no,
dude, I would hurt you. That's really,
are we close?
Really a bad.
That would have let you is the problem.
While looking at that,
sure.
Oh, I'd kill you, dude. You'd end up dead.
There's no real. I mean, look where it's at. You cut my nose off. It's not like you're going for a neck, like a jugular. Or anything.
Here, take this. Do it with the back end because I don't trust you at all. You're not very smart. And look at that, and then try to get anywhere close. Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, exactly. See, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're great.
My bad.
Perfect.
My bad.
Hello, New England Coast. I'm a big fan of the New England Coast. So my phone today has been out of service, and that is a bit of a bummer to some people that I really needed to say hello to. I will be reaching out to you tomorrow. Promise you. Providing I should be able to reach out to you tomorrow. We'll see what happens with the phone, but I should be able to tomorrow. This is a squirrel, but it reminds me so much of the Caddyshack guy, right?
It's pretty Caddyshacky.
I'm all right. That was a gift. I was pretty happy about that.
So,
read, Pritchard.
For those concerned with my hydration, will you please look at that?
Alan Valentine, thank you, my friend.
It's a half a gallon.
Is it really a half a gallon?
Yeah. I was stunned to find out yesterday. How much do you think a human being, like, it's safe to drink? Like, what's on the upper level of what's safe to drink and what's not? Remember I told you that?
No, you told me this?
Yeah.
By the gallon? I'm
Yeah.
going to go 3.
No.
More than that?
You can go as high as 7 gallons in a day.
You know what? You did not hear that on the lifeboat. You hear me? Don't drink 7 gallons of water.
I Googled it.
Well, go ahead and Google it then, and then make your decision. But you didn't
A
hear
person can
that
process 20,
thing.
I know, right? 23 to 36 ounces an hour.
Well, so you could overload your crap if you drink. So you'd have to space that out correctly over the course of an entire day.
7 gallons. How much are you spacing? You're chugging water all day. It's like a marathon of water.
Alan Valentine, we're not smart enough to know what liters are, and you know this. And you know this. You're just being hurtful.
That it was.
That's a lot of water.
5 liters. Quiet Girl's chugging 5 liters. That's a whole bunch of water.
Quiet Girl, what are you doing talking liters?
You're
from Philly.
I've been going through. I went through essentially 2 of these yesterday. So a gallon.
Okay, hold on. Stop, everybody. We're gonna get back to some clown in here in a minute. But Bree says, I've been alone for many years. Recovery started in 1989. XAA, 25 years. So glad I found here. Well, we're glad that you found here. We really are. And wow, 89. That's a hell of a year, by the way. Really a good year.
Fantastic.
The Grateful Dead, that entire tour was really, really excellent. That was right after Jerry's. Absolutely. That was right after Jerry almost died of a diabetic coma. Yeah, that was the official. You are actually supposed to say something.
Well, I didn't want to interrupt you.
You don't just kind of wave.
Well, you know what? Here's the truth of that. I didn't want to mess it up. So I was kind of
because you kind of just waved at the screen.
Why were you talking?
That's what you want to go. Reed, congratulations. That's a long, long time to be sober. 34 years is impressive. I could have done without knowing that was 34 years, though, while you're BSing, because, yeah. Let's just say I was not a young person.
You know what? When I think of that, 35.
Alan Valentine. For a conversion calculator, that's hurtful. Here's the deal with Alan, though. Alan's a Weisenheimer because when he was here, he had no problem with the gallon stuff and the mile stuff. Like he's got it all down. I'm confused as hell, but he's got it down.
Guacaholic, 90 days.
Get that back up here. The official participation trophy of the lifeboat. And it's official because
that's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
That's a milestone.
It is a
Huge
huge
one.
shirt with your picture on it. Wow. Can you people see that?
No, here's the problem. You saw me unpack. I grabbed the first shirt I could grab, and this was it.
People, he had like 75 shirts, but they all looked exactly like that.
No,
He's got 75 shirts with his picture on it.
I have
What's the
75
deal?
black shirts. I have one other like this, maybe.
No,
I was
I'm
going to give it
supposed
to you,
use
but
chops. I'm
not
supposed to use
anymore.
chops. I gave the, you remember the one that I had that was really classic? And
Yeah.
it was like cracking, and yeah, I gave it away. On the
Who'd you
bright
give it to?
side,
Who'd you give
I
it to?
gave it to Alan Ballon.
That counts. That's good.
You can see that.
I can.
KP Nordic, good to have you here, for real. You know, if you're on the boat long enough, very often you see people come and go, and sometimes when they go, they don't relapse. Sometimes they just get
Right.
to a really good spot in life, and they kind of
They're filling their day with busy, good habits.
right. Good stuff is happening, right? And that's fantastic. We love that, and it's great when they come back. You know, very often. What is predatorology? Surely you jest. Well, I'll be happy to tell you.
I'm glad you asked.
I am kind of glad you asked. So it is this organization started by some cat named Lafayette.
Not kidding either.
Hubbard.
Lafayette.
No, the guy's name's Lafayette. Yeah. Apparently,
I'd go with L too.
apparently he had breath like a goat.
You know what?
I've seen
I
some
have
interviews.
smell-o-vision, so I can tell you firsthand.
Really? Does it work on really old stuff like that?
You know what? You don't even have it on this. If you pull up his video, you'll catch a whiff.
I'll be damned.
You'll think for a minute it's the surstroming.
I don't know that I'm
But
ready
it's
to try
Lafayette.
that. Speaking of which, Pam Shipley.
No way. Been a while. Hi, Pam. Good to see you.
Hello. Pam, good to see you.
That's awesome.
That really is off the hook. Liters are for the queen. Gallons are for traitorous colonial patriots. You know what, man?
It's worthy of it. That's a good one.
Jeremy,
She's
Sheila.
got the little book of good quotes, good comments. He's
I got to be really honest with you, right? We've had a conversation that we think you might be somebody from the past with a really good sense of humor who disappeared, and your senses of humor are so close.
It's almost
there's
like
an excellent chance.
that's a fake name. and
I've
I know-
never seen
I
the
know
two
who
of
it
you
is.
together. I've never seen the two of you together. I'm just saying.
It's a fact.
Randy's keeping you busy. That's good.
This dragon's got the head trimmer going.
Oh,
Where'd it go?
I was told.
It just
Yeah, that's one of those things.
Yep, there it is. I love to wear black.
But I'm a
Dust magnet.
All right, so we were talking before we went live today, and normally we do trivia or we do something like that on the boat where we talk about a period of time because it gets people talking and it gets people laughing, and very often by accident, just that unpeeling stuff from your past. But we decided that there would be nothing of organization of any kind for this because it's just wrong. Getting back to Lafayette, that right there is a really good takeoff of the symbol of the Church of Scientology. Except that one says L. Con Hubbard. You know, there at the bottom says, based on the works of L. Con Hubbard, founder of the cult of predatorology. And this was given to me by a second generation Scientologist. And I was
You want to talk about that coming up or not?
Danae. We're gonna hold
You
off.
Danae?
No, exactly. We're gonna hold off because it could be not sure.
Nah,
we're
just
going
stop.
with that. May, thank you for being here. You know, people who have symbols after their name, you kind of make me feel like you're smarter than I am, and that I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I'm getting off to a bad start
Yeah.
because, like, I can't figure any of that stuff out. We have a mod here that she comes every once in a while. She can change the font on everything. She can make
On
stuff
hers
move
or everybody?
on hers as it's coming up in the live
Really?
chat, move all over the place and like very, very impressive stuff. I have no idea what she's doing.
Impressive.
Okay, so there has been an occasion when none of you seem to come up with anything, right? That gets the ball rolling. Normally by now, somebody has shouted out
A concert,
a concert,
movie.
a game, right? A decade.
Exactly. I was going to go a decade.
L. Ron Hubbard was born 30 minutes from where I live in Nebraska. Shut the front door. Very
Yeah,
small town. Well, you know what? Less than 20 minutes from where we grew up was the guy that started the Church of Latter-day Saints, the Mormons.
Yeah.
What was that cat's name? He was
Joseph.
born in, Joseph Smith. He was born in Bethel.
We call him Joey, but whatever. Or Jojo.
Or Fast Joey. Or Joey Two Toes.
Joey too.
Joey Bag of Donuts. All right, so yeah, you guys are. You know what? Where is Jeremy Shelton? Can you throw something out, Jeremy? I feel like you're.
It's right there.
Pull it up. What do we got?
Human sacrifice: dogs and cats living together.
Mass hysteria.
Hysteria.
We're talking about great movie quote. If you guys didn't get that, see, this man has skills. That was the first Ghostbusters. Hell of a scene too. When the Ghostbusters are getting down with the mayor at the very end.
I feel like a lot of the movie references we go, and people just think we don't know how to talk or something. I think he gets most of them, if not all of them.
You know why?
Yeah.
Because we know who you are, man.
Yeah, we do.
You're not fooling anybody. In fact, that's exactly what he would have done. Question: how long does Danny Masterson have on this earth?
Bizzle, that's a fine question.
I'm hoping. Jeremy Shelton throws out. Apparently, he realizes he's that guy.
Totally.
I hope a long.
Yeah. I think they should make him work out. They should make him take vitamins. You know what I mean? Yoga. Make him as healthy as possible. It's a long time.
I think that I think a really long life would be good. You know what I mean? They I don't know how it is in the state, but in the feds, they want every day out of you. I was telling my brother the story the other day. When I was at Terre Haute, there was a guy coming down.
I thought that was a funny name, Terre Haute, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, go ahead.
Well, he was coming down the stairs. Never should have been on the top tier.
It's going bad already.
Right. But he, by the time he got to the last step, like he was just stepping onto the floor and he just went down, like dropped. And normally if somebody falls, you don't really want to touch them because you're probably going to get blamed for it. And right. Yes, it's all bad. But the officer was right there. And this officer gets the AED, the automatic external defibrillator that they had on the wall, and slapped the stickers on this old man's chest. And then gives him the right, gets this dude alive long enough to go put a pacemaker and everything else in him. And he was salty. Like when he came back, he was like, really? You didn't get enough time out of me?
He thought I was getting out of there.
Yeah, the Mormons stopped. He stopped in a town that on his way out of Salt Lake City, or on their way out west, Mountain, Illinois. Okay. They got to the top of the mountain and he looked down and he said, this is the place. They have a plaque right there.
Right where it happened.
Right where he was standing. I have a feeling that from that vantage point, you probably were not really up to snuff on just how salty that huge body of water was. I bet they were salty when they got down there and were like, hey, nothing lives in this, right? This isn't good. We can't fish in this.
Yeah,
there you go.
From miles away, and they make the trek just to get there, take a big drink of water, and be like, "Oh, are you kidding me?"
Trick is, dude, it's get busy living or get busy dying. See, they're flowing people. Yep. References are happening, and he's 40 years old, bit of an old soul. I read that earlier. I'm not coming up with that on my own. That was something that
I'd imagine they'll be gunning for
him.
Danny, I mean.
Yeah. You know how many times I touched the wrong one?
Yeah.
Cosmic Christie needs help tonight, right now. Cosmic Christie. Okay. Why don't you text me Cosmic Christie's number right now? Here we go. There's nothing worse than when you suggest that and it's already done.
Done already.
Okay. Yeah, you didn't send me a link, right? Send me a number, something like that, please. During the rectification of the Vulcanal, the Traveler came as a large and moving torrent. Jason, 1970, also sticking with the Ghostbusters vibe. Well played. Well played.
Johnny does not look amused, says Guacamole. I'm wicked amused.
He's fairly amusing.
Why, thank you.
Yeah, Steve Molesky. He digs her because she sleeps above the covers.
Another one.
4 feet
Wow.
above the covers. You know what?
Right.
This is a solid
You
crew.
know, you could pick a movie.
This is a solid crew. Well, apparently they have picked a movie. What? I said it straight. I didn't even deliver it with the apparently.
Here's the problem. Everybody heard it.
Right? Please, everyone in America, help Mark Bunker in the Clearwater Council race. You know what? I think that's a solid damn idea. I really do. In fact, here, we'll throw that up there. I know we've got a lot of people on this that tune in here from Clearwater, and you're probably all voting that way anyway. But drag 2 people with you, right?
Is there a limit?
That's a big Twinkie. Yeah. How big a Twinkie are we talking about? That's a big Twinkie. Yep. It's coming. It's strong.
Hey, Charlie, Mary.
Goddess Divine says Danny was in that 70s show and The Ranch, and now The Pokey.
For real.
Yeah.
The Crowbar Motel.
The You're Not Getting Out. The House of Many Doors.
A house. That's what the chief called it.
Yeah, it is.
A house of many doors.
And they have many doors.
You really did. Jeremy Shelton, when someone asks if you're a god, you say yeah.
Right? That is another classic line. She asked if you were a god. He actually slaps him in the head for that one, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Doesn't he do the, what are you thinking? Donate if you can't vote. That's an excellent.
Bird. Bizzle.
I collect spores, molds, fungus. This is a fan. Jason is a fan.
I think he's got it.
Hey, how are you? You're gonna tap this.
All right, so
Johnny's still
yeah, no, I got this. This is what we do. This is a good thing. I think you know what we should do. I think it would be novel to pick a movie and go that way. And we could do a softball one like "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?" But that's too easy. What do you think is? Start with this. What do you think is the greatest movie ever that created the greatest one-liners? I'll start. I think Caddyshack might have. Caddyshack is right up there. No human would stack books this way. Oh, it's a good one. You know, I never saw the. Did you guys see the remake? The most recent remake? I did not see that. Devil Wears Prada. Yeah, you know what? You want to hear something terrible? Never saw that. I was kind of busy running. Animal House is good. I was busy working at the time. Todd Fuller. I don't watch much television. I like the old stuff. As my daughter says, I'm still stuck in the 80s and the 70s. Not a bad decade. Those aren't bad decades to get stuck in. 80s were amazing. It's really funny. Blazing Saddles is awesome. Shradanish. You know what? That's a movie you couldn't be made today. I saw a website recently. It had the 20 or 30 greatest movies that could not be made today. You wouldn't believe it. Are we good?
But on the bridge.
I held down the fort as
I
it
mean, I
were.
could get some candy corn out of the text. Yeah.
I had an idea. I think
What
I asked a great question. I said, what do you think? Good question. What do you think is the movie that spawned the greatest number of amazing one-liners?
Casablanca.
Generational. I agree with you, but
Regardless. And I'll tell you why. Because every year A&E does a thing where they say the top 100 movie lines of all time.
and that's in there.
Casablanca has 7 in the top 10.
You know what? When she looks at him in the
Greatest movie ever made.
but what about us? The way she drops, it's not even a great one-liner, but the way she drops that line.
We'll always have Paris. That movie, by the way, if you have not seen that movie, shame on you. There's no reason why you have not seen Casablanca. It's been out a very long time.
Hang on. Anyway, Spaceballs, I think, that was one of John Candy's good movies besides The Great Outdoors. You know what? His greatest is Trains, Planes, and Automobiles.
Trains, Planes, and Automobiles was solid, but not his best. Uncle Buck was his best.
Uncle Buck was great.
When he goes into Miss Hogwarts' office, right? Remember, he's got to go do the meeting with the principal, but he bops in.
Oh, it's such a great scene.
She has a bit of a growth. And,
just a bit.
Yeah, just a bit of one, and he loses it. Like he sees it, and he cannot keep his stuff together. And he drops the hi, I'm Buck Melanoma, Molly Russell's Uncle Wart.
I'm not her wart.
Her
Her
tumor.
tumor.
She's my pimple.
I'm growth.
Growth. Old melanoma head.
That's what they always say. Here comes old melanoma head.
That's enough.
That is really. It's right. She shuts him down.
That's enough. Of that.
Oh,
Okay.
that's such a good scene.
That's a very funny movie.
You know what? You've seen is it Terrible Bosses or Horrible Bosses? The first one? It's a fantastic movie. There's some great lines in that.
You know
one
what movie's got arguably the best lines of our generation? Caddyshack, solid to be sure.
What?
I'd say, "Oh brother, where art thou?"
I dropped that one earlier.
Did you?
Stripes is pretty good.
Stripes is solid, but more Gopher. I mean, there's just
We'll go forever. That's so good. Here's what's great about
I'm
that.
trying to
that movie.
RUNNOFT.
Everything about that. It's almost like, look, this is how many minutes we have, and there's not going to be 1 second that isn't funny. The whole thing is funny. Like there's not a bad scene in it.
No, there's definitely.
And the funny thing about that movie is, if you've seen it before, like I've watched it with him, and we've seen it a bunch of times, we're giggling because of not even the scene that we're on. We're giggling at what's coming next.
Right, what the next one is going to be?
Oh, it's amazing. It's just me.
No,
So let's say Space Mountains. You know, we went to school.
We did the Druish princess from the movie Spaceball. If you remember, she was a Druish American princess with a D, but her name was Daphne Zuniga.
No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was thinking of her sister.
Yes, you were.
Yeah, that's
but
what
you
it
don't want
was.
to say her name because she's not a
No,
actress,
she's
and that wouldn't be
not.
kind.
And I had like a wicked 4-year crush on that girl. Like,
Checks out.
it is what it is, people.
Yeah, checks out. She's pretty.
There's a lot of movies that I was saying, I saw Pam Shipley's commenting on that. I saw a website,
Tommy Boy.
a website that said all the great movies that couldn't be made today. You couldn't make Forrest Gump today.
No, you couldn't.
And Blade.
And you know what? Forget it. That's a road you go down. And
That's
that's a bum out.
Yeah.
But Tommy Boy, excellent. Excellent. There's so many excellent lines in Tommy Boy. Lines you just
They really are. It's a
Farley
good,
was just so great. The Holy Grail.
the movie with the most one-liners probably has to have Arnold Schwarzenegger in it.
It's not a tumor.
That's a good one.
You know, I mean, there are definitely a lot of solid.
Isn't there a line he says in every single movie he's ever in? Get to the chopper. What he says something. In every movie.
Get down.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Every
Just
single
gets
movie,
it.
even like the kindergarten cop, he was yelling. I mean, it's in every movie.
You need towels? See, it was good, right?
Yeah.
What kind of hotel is this? Speaking of no one's looking. Oh man, that's classic.
Oops, I didn't mean to hide that.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son. Booyah! Great quote. If you're paying attention, that one could have been from Animal House. Not 100% sure on this, but that's what I'm going to go with. It's only a flesh wound. Excellent, Alan Valentine.
That's going to be
Yeah.
the Black Knight.
Nonsense.
Oh, that's so
The
good.
battle is won. Get back here.
What a flesh wound.
He cuts off every limb. Such a bizarre.
Valentine, we were talking about you today.
We were.
We were.
Your name came up. And I
And
wasn't
we would
even-
tell you about it, but first we got to get back to these comments,
That's just rotten.
right?
No, it is. It's not even nice.
He's laughing.
No, well,
Buck Russell, Maury
been
Russell's
mostly dead.
Maury Russell's wart. He's been corrected. I think I'm going to say he's probably
I
right.
guarantee you are. I just tried pulling that off the top of my dome.
I know exactly who it is.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice work, Jeremy. He's been mostly dead all day.
Classic. Oh, that's another one with so many damn good lines in Princess Bride.
Oh boy, right?
Yeah.
That's such a great movie. That's one of those.
Do you feel lucky? Oh,
Even-
Dirty Harry Chain.
You know what every one of these movies has in common? You can't get sick of watching them. You can't. Nobody would bum out if they said, "Look, we're going to watch." I mean, pick any one of these. We're going to watch Princess Bride tonight. Who's
No.
bumming about that?
No, it's bummed.
We watched Spinal Tap the other day.
Oh,
Oh,
I
is
can't
that
tell
a great movie?
you know, here's the deal. If there's movies that you haven't seen in a really long time, go back and watch them.
I got a
It's
confession.
fascinating.
Are you ready for a confession? I've never seen Dead Poets Society.
Really?
Yeah, true story.
Wow.
I know, right? That's one that people get mad at me about.
This doesn't even make sense. How did that happen?
I don't know.
You must have been smoking a ton of pot. when that
No,
movie
what
came out.
year was it? I can tell you exactly what I was doing. What year was
You were
it?
smoking a
What year was
bunch
it?
of pot you were doing because everybody saw that movie and everybody talked about that movie. It's one of those movies.
No, you know what? I didn't want to see it. I don't know why.
Because you weren't getting off the couch for any reason.
No, I'm
It was
telling you
doing
what.
the 3
Somebody,
quick graphics.
whatever. Somebody give me a year. What year are we talking about with that? Seriously, don't make me Google it. Somebody help me out.
Jeremy Shelton says the
Tell me
Tommy's
what-
like Sergeant Polka.
Exactly.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Okay, cowboy.
Yeah. Get some sleep.
We're gonna see what kind of soldier you
All
are.
right. Or
Oh
Sergeant
no, that's bad. That's bad. If she goes near that light, we got a
Or
problem.
Sergeant Hulka with the big toe. Yeah.
Anybody know the room's different? No one said anything.
Yeah. Nobody noticed.
No one said a word.
It's not even in the same room.
Hey, no.
You know what?
It's
This
gonna be-
is not going to end well. Come here, cat. What are you doing? Come
Anybody, nobody noticed?
on. I love it. But you're really making it hard. There you
Oh,
go.
I'm touching the wrong screen like an idiot. Man, oh man.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, no, I'm not. Somebody probably put the date on there.
You know
I'm-
what? And there's
boy, there's a
probably,
million
there's
comments.
probably some inconceivable. I'm starting to think that doesn't mean what you think it means.
That's such a great line. I've used that. I used that today in a comment.
Hot Shots with Charlie Sheen. Hot Shots is one of those films that, yeah, you don't want to go full.
Yeah,
that's one
yeah,
of those-
yeah.
yeah. That's one of those films that you can. Another one that you can watch every single. Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room. Oh, classic. That would be. Now there's 2 titles to this, right? How I Learned to Love the Bomb. Oh man.
That was a lame movie, Dead Poet Society. Thank you, Ray Ray. See, now I don't feel like an idiot.
Wow.
Turn the
It's
volume to
so-
11.
It's
Bizzle.
so not a lame movie.
But ours
Our
go-
Dead Poet Society is fantastic.
Bizzle,
Captain, my captain.
Bizzle with a nice smile tap and followed right up by
But-
Jeremy.
But this one goes to 11.
How do I get to the show?
There should be a top
sorry.
10 lifeboat must-see movies.
Well, apparently, Harry Met Sally is one of them because I just hit that by accident.
Did you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Harry Met Sally's a great film. It really is. That's a great film. I love that movie. But you know what?
There should be a top 10 lifeboat must-see movie.
I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you. But
What they're
here's
obviously
the thing.
only
This is-
comedy.
This is no. See, there you go.
Is that what you're going to do?
What I was going to say is this is really difficult because obviously everybody would like to catch funny movies, but if I got to put my top 10,
What's in there?
Casablanca's in there. I promise you that. That's the best movie ever made.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
that's
Best
number
movie ever
one.
made.
It's number one. But when I'm thinking about lifeboat movies, I'm thinking about stuff that's going to make me giggle.
Tommy Boy is definitely in there. Solid.
In fact, you know what? Really, Casablanca is like the gold standard. Like every other movie in the world should be
Wishes.
compared to that.
Right. Wishes that it was.
It's the Marilyn Monroe movies.
It's the smack of
Wow.
It's the top of the food chain. It's just
It doesn't
you're
get
not getting
better.
any higher. See that? Jeremy gets it. Oh, Captain, my captain. Now, granted, right? It wasn't invented for the film, but 1989. Wait a second. Go back down a second. The villain, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Kurt Russell. I can honestly say
I never saw it.
I've never heard of it.
I don't feel so
Not
bad.
only have I not seen it, I didn't know it existed. How
And
about
Arnold
Jaws,
and Kurt
the
Russell,
first
the
one?
same movie. That's kinda
Solid.
weird.
Jaws, the first one, you got to be kidding. Do you know how many emails that I have received in the last 2 years
You're
that
gonna need a
simply
bigger. You're
said,
gonna need a bigger
"You're
boat.
gonna need a bigger boat"?
That's beautiful.
It really is. It's a great quote. That movie. And here's a little Scoville Brothers trivia.
Let's hear it.
So the mechanical shark, who was referred to as Bruce, didn't work. Like not well at all. Like they had this mechanical shark and it just didn't work. And because this mechanical shark simply would not work, they had to come up with all of these different ways to try to film this so that they use the shark as little as possible. And the funny thing is, what made that movie fantastic is that the fact that you don't see the shark scares the hell out of you because it's about to pop out of the water, right? Has to happen because you've been watching the movie now for
You know what? They're all scary movies. Movies where they let they leave the monster in your imagination. It's way more scary than once you realize who they are. I got it. You know what I mean? So what's in your head is always going to be worse. But yeah, I've never seen that. The Villain.
Yeah, I didn't even know it existed. Dead Poet Society is one of my wife's favorite movies. Says Todd Fuller, because your wife has excellent taste.
Oh, here we go. Ray. The exit sign's missing. And I don't see R2D2.
Oh no, R2's there.
R2's there.
Yeah, R2's there. The trip. He's got the hat on. R2's there. It's
and there's the exit sign right there.
Yeah, the exit sign you can't see, but Tommy make the cat a walkway on the walls that goes all the way around.
Bizzle,
that has been discussed.
I had a friend, Bizzle, that had 13 feral cats. Remember Burger?
Uh-huh.
And he had a shelf. And I mean, he had holes going through door, like into the next room, up and down. It was the most amazing
Do
thing.
you remember Stickman in Lake Tahoe, originally from Killington?
Yeah.
He had a cat forever, and then he fell in love with this girl who had a dog that was not fond of cats, like really not fond of cats. So Stick just made the top half of his house
For the cat.
absolutely for the cat. And I mean, when you walk in, it's the first thing you notice. It's not like an afterthought. You're like, holy hell, what is that?
You know what? The cat's light being up like that.
Oh, no, his cat was the happiest cat in the world. And then when the dog would go in the kennel at night, the cat would come down and walk around all.
It was his, exactly. You know what, though? I kind of like that.
You're dropping the ball something.
I'm sorry, man. Well, here's the thing. I don't know what,
You're not good. Rudy was a good film like that. Again with it, Dr. Feelgood.
The child refused a nap. She was found guilty of resisting arrest.
Nice.
But
I love stoner movies, says Biz.
Bizzle.
Bizzle like to sit just for the laughs. You could. The Noose Hangs High, Abbott and Costello. You can't go wrong with Abbott and Costello. Some Like It Hot is an excellent film, Kenneth. Thank you. Excellent film. Sassy Gigi. Hello, how are you? Did you see how far I got to lean across this because he is an absolute what?
Matchstick Man is an amazing movie.
Good film. Just when I think you can't be any dumber, you go ahead and do something like this.
Redeem yourself.
Totally.
But the reason I like Matchstick Men, because there's just the whole hustle of the phone gig. Here's what happens. If you're a phone junkie, and I was for a long time, you're going to accidentally stumble in on a shady deal that you don't even know is shady until you're deep into it. I did a deal. Listen, I did a phone deal where we were raising money for police organizations like the Fallen Brotherhood and all that stuff.
That's a classic.
And what they would do is, listen, this is the true story. They hired me, and the first day on the job, I saw the guy that ran the phone room. His name was Tiny. He was about 5'6" and weighed about 400 pounds. Get into a fist fight with the guy on the floor. They fought for 2 minutes, then broke it up, and back to the desk and went working. It was my first day. Yeah. I'm looking around, like I couldn't believe what was happening. So the way it worked was, you give you a list of names, and I was working on. Let's say I was working on the. Doesn't matter, pick one. But if I got a guy that said yes, I had a different campaign. I called him the next day because I knew he was a yes. I'd call him with a different campaign, change my accent, change my name. Yes. I'd get him all week long. So one day they come to me. It's like the first week or so. They come in and said, lunch is on you. I said, what do you mean lunch is on me? Because you know all the lunches you've been eating all day, all week long? Because every day they bring in these great lunches. It's your turn today. I'm like, what do I do? Is you're going to call the great restaurant where they don't give you any money. You're going to say, the least you can do is pay for the food for the boys making these phone calls. So we would eat lobster. We would eat the craziest food in the world. And one day I went to work. I'm telling you the true story. They're like, breaks in 5 minutes. Roll them if you got them. And I'm looking around. Everybody's rolling joints on the like blunts. It's unbelievable. So this new kid comes in to work one day. I've been there about a month. He's just shouldn't be in that building. Yeah. He looked nervous just looking at it before he gets that. He came in and he sits down. And it's just getting crazy already. And the kid's looking around. He looks at me and goes, what's going on? What's actually happening here? I said, dude, keep your head down. Don't touch anybody's stuff. Do your job. About 5 minutes later, he gets up and goes to the bathroom. The door isn't shut. $5 says he's not coming back. Everybody's throwing their money on the table. That was great. But anyway, one day I go to work, get a check. I wasn't even working that day. I was just going to get my check, and the door's locked. And everything's supposed to be open. I looked through the window, and everything on it, I mean, the pencil sharpeners, the pens, the chairs, everything had a little yellow sticker out that said, property of the IRS.
Yeah, been there, done that. Watch that. Raising Arizona is fantastic. I'm going to need a little effort out of you. Jeremy, you had a good one. It went by. I didn't want to step on his story, but it was a great one. The reference was fantastic. But since we got a Raising Arizona, the doctor said her womb was a rocky place where my seed would find no purchase.
That's not just a good line. That might be, as far as a comedy, that might be the greatest funny line of all time.
It's a pretty good one. It's did you get the best one? I don't know. He's damn good. He's a damn good one.
I didn't even write a line like that. Goodness gracious.
And there was really something to be said for the fight scene where they try to get in a fight in the bathroom of a as far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
Pretty great opener. Pretty great opener.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That line destroyed the lives of so many kids. It really did.
That whole movie did. That movie did.
Alan Valentine. I mean, he was never had seen Joe Dirt.
Never seen Joe Dirt.
Never seen Dirt.
He'd try to church it up, Joe Dirt.
Where's your license? Isn't it on the back of the car?
That's such a great movie, though.
That's a funny movie. But
I'm Johnny Hydration right now, you guys. I'm not even joking.
5 gallons a day or something.
Who says it has great things on it? It says, "Good morning. Hydrate yourself. Remember your goal. Don't die." No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It should be way up here. But
Call Tommy.
Right? Where's your brother? What I should have said was be on the couch and not work.
Timmy C, good to see you. Glad that you're here. Really. I'll be taking these Huggies and whatever you got in the register.
Wow, beauty.
Could you maybe hurry up a little bit? Me and the wife are in Dutch. And they drive through the entire neighborhood, and on the way back by, the Huggies are just right there in the road. He grabs them on the way.
That's a funny scene.
Oh, man, is that a funny movie.
How many times I had to shoot that to get that?
If you could dodge a wrench,
you
can dodge a ball. That would be Patches. Oh, hula. That movie.
Well, you know what?
The very end of that movie.
No, I'll tell you what. What's the guy? Justin Bateman has some wicked funny lines in that movie. He drops it. He doesn't have a huge, big, giant role, but man, is he funny.
You know something? Like I was talking about this morning with the whole cursing thing. Like right now, this is a time where I would just like to go, you know what? I'm telling you every line that this guy dropped because they were all fantastic. However, I can't say any of them in life. So. But he really is fantastic. He just plays the Burnout, the Sandlot.
Doesn't he, though?
The Sandlot. You know what I mean? Honestly, I say probably more than anything, "You're killing me, Smalls." That's been a staple of mine for so long. I do. I have a white beater.
Did you show it?
No, I have not. But I have a white beater that actually says that on. It's the only white.
Can you call it a white beater anymore?
I don't know if that's cool, right?
You're going to get canceled for that. Somebody's going to cancel you tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, come on. I don't even have one to beat.
That's how it starts.
I am here to chew bubblegum. Yep.
And that's a good one.
And I'm all out of bubblegum. It's just a baby Ruth. It's no big deal.
You see that?
It's no big deal. He doesn't say to oh, baby, that's a great scene, though. He gives it a sniff. Did you see that, Cotton? Susie Q knows. Normally, you got to pay double for that.
I was thinking of that, but I didn't want to say it. You get double for that kind of action.
Normally, you got to pay double for that kind of action.
Oh, boy.
That really is just one of the absolute greats. You play ball like a girl. Awesome. Awesome.
Oh, my goodness.
Anything with Kevin Costner, I could drop.
Oh, man, look, I did.
Could drop. Oh, could I drop? Once again, tune in to the Brothers Scoville, and I will give you the best Kevin Costner line ever written.
That's a pretty good one. It's a pretty good one.
But you really, even right,
it's a pretty good one.
Coming right out the gate. You can't even drop the first one.
No, you can't. But it's a good one.
Bull Durham, the Bull Durham scene with
Susan Sarandon.
Nuke LaLoosh.
Pretty good movie, boy.
Funny movie. In fact, I got to put that in the top 10. As far as really funny movies, that movie is classic. There are so many funny lines in that.
Yeah. It is. It's a great movie, but Kevin Costner, man, it's just, take a baseball, stick a club in his hand, it's tin cup, stick a gun in his hand, he's in the army. He's the same dude in every single.
This was the first one, right? So all the other ones were some cheesy takeoff.
It's a good movie.
Of Bull Durham. Bull Durham came out in 86. Somebody Google that. 86.
Oh, there's a great line that Susan Sarandon says. What's
Oh
her name?
my.
No, what she says. You want to sleep with me and saying your name, or sleep with?
Yeah.
And he thinks about it. It's like, yeah, checks out.
When she starts reading them, first of all, low grade citizen. Really? That's a great name.
Yeah, it really is. We were talking about that from Jump Street.
Blood and sea.
Yeah.
Fast Times. Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Here's the deal with Fast Times. I don't remember a lot of great lines. And I'm sure that there are a lot of great
The only
lines.
one I remember is "That's my skull. I'm so wasted."
Yeah.
But you know what? That movie,
Hugh Dick. That one was pretty good.
yeah.
All of his interactions with
Mr. Hand.
Those were all.
But Mr. Hand, to me, he's the dude. He was the movie, man. He just stole the movie. If you ask me, he was great. All right.
There was a massive crowd down at the lunch line. I just couldn't make it. But the reason that I don't remember anything about that is because of Phoebe Cates.
Right.
Oh yeah. Blessed to crochet.
I'm a big dreamer, so I always hit the snooze button. Not a line in the
Thank
movie.
you for not
Good.
cursing. It can bring flashbacks at times for me. My ex-husband abused while cursing. It can be hard for some people. You know what, Blessed? I'm glad you said that. I catch more heat. I really do. And you know what? This is the way I look at it. I'm less likely to offend somebody if I go this route, right? Like no one's gonna go, yeah, he didn't drop one F-bomb. I'm never going back.
You know,
I guess that
the first video I ever made, a buddy of mine that worked for me saw the video and goes, "Man, if you don't cut up and start swearing and getting crazy in your videos, you're never gonna grow." I said, my kids are gonna watch this. My mom and dad might see it.
spouse mixer.
I saw the funniest meme of this guy, this skinny. He looks like a method. He's skinny dude. He's got the wife beater on, and it says, "This guy's rocking the wife intimidator."
Yeah, the wife intimidator.
It's pretty fun.
You know what? You know what movie's got a lot of really fantastic stuff in it? I'll tell you.
Any of
How about Fresca?
That's a pretty good one. You know, I was thinking of Michael Myers, all the Smiley Love, Shag Me, all those movies are just.
Yeah,
I drop
great.
those. In fact, I use so
Good
many
reference,
of those
Jeremy.
in my videos on my channel all the time.
You're really going to bring up a Goose reference, though, man? I haven't gotten over that. That was a very tough moment for me when Goose, hits his head on it, and then when his wife comes into the bar and gives Maverick his.
I watched
terrible.
Tommy and I saw that. Do you remember we saw that in
Burlington?
We were leaving the place, and Tommy's going, "We got a bogey." He's like freaking out in the car. I can't shake him. I'm like, man, this is going to be a crazy ride home. That was funny.
That is actually fair.
Look at that. Look at that. Felipe.
Yeah, he's one of us. Hey, welcome to the party. Good to see you.
So we have a detective in the house.
Well, I mean, the really incredible thing is that we haven't told anybody. You know what I mean? Felipe, how are you going to come here and pull our covers like that? All right, people. Here's the deal. Apparently, I was addicted to heroin and did a fairly decent amount of meth.
And I've been addicted to everything. So
it does happen, right? I should have probably come out of the closet on that one maybe 2 years ago. I apologize. I've been to prison a few times, robbed some banks. Did I leave anything out?
You
No.
covered it all.
That's about it. Anything with Brad Pitt? Really? Come on. No, you know what? There's a couple of good Brad Pitts. Fight Club was pretty fantastic. How did we not get Bueller? Ferris Bueller's Day Off is a classic.
It's almost an automatic.
In the top 10, you mean?
Yeah.
Almost. The only part of that movie that was just so stupid that it took me by surprise. Like, I honestly remember, how you have that suspension of disbelief.
Yeah.
Right. You have to have suspension of disbelief, or you cannot. You can't dig it. Right. It's a very difficult thing to enjoy a film if you can't suspend disbelief. Right. Well, I couldn't suspend disbelief with people going backwards, like trying to throw the car in reverse as a way to remove the mileage.
Yeah.
Like I honestly,
We're also
cannot-
bad on movie mistakes. We pick up movie mistakes. Like we look for them practically.
I need my cheese. Oh yeah. Roadhouse is pretty fantastic. Just
I think I've only
because,
seen that once.
well, it's not a film you got to see 10 times. I mean, it's, you know,
You ever have a movie that you love and you want to go back and see it again and it just doesn't hit the same and you're like, it ever happened to you?
yeah.
Because it's happened to me.
Now I have a machine gun. Great line.
What is that?
That's from what do you know what it's called? Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis.
Which one?
The only one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, sorry. Pulp Fiction.
No.
What? Bruce Willis. I got a machine gun.
What's his first movie?
Ever?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The Nakamichi Tower.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He's got a machine. Roadhouse can totally be watched over and over. I certainly have.
You might need to watch it again. I really only have seen it once.
The problem with a lot of films from the 80s is that they don't hold up quite the way you remember them.
I know.
So then Abe Froman, Sausage King of Chicago. Excellent. Good reference. Die Hard. Yeah. Fly Away Home. Do you know that it is now officially a Christmas film?
Yeah.
Die Hard?
Yep.
Yeah. So when
So
Christmas
is
rolls around-
Trains, Planes, and Automobiles is the greatest Thanksgiving film of all time.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Roadhouse is good. Run, Forrest. Go ahead and make my day actually ended up in the top 10, I believe. Magnum PI, the series. I drooled over time.
What's in the box? Ooh,
Ah,
that's heavy.
and
That movie's scary.
wait a second, though.
Me
That's more than one.
silly.
That's more than one film, too.
Wow.
How about very odd movie
Oh,
called Barton Fink?
what a great movie that is.
That's a really strange.
I wonder how many people have seen that. That's obscure as can be. That's John Candy? No.
No,
No, it's
what's his name? Big dude. The guy that was in the guy that hits him in the head with the stick. And,
That is-
Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? He plays the one-eyed. You'll Shoot Your Eye Out. Classic.
that is
I have the lamp from that movie.
I've only seen that twice, but what a great movie.
See,
that
hey,
is.
Kenneth has seen it, right?
It's definitely a weird movie.
Because if you say that's a weird movie,
I want to play a game. You
Jake
know what?
Gyllenhaal. I'm sorry. Wait a second. Jake Gyllenhaal and Conor McGregor are going to remake.
Roadhouse? No.
Stop that. If you're telling me the truth, Fear and Loathing. Good call.
No, but I want to play a game. I don't dig any of those. Like I dig a horror movie, but those are more than I can't hang with those.
Which ones we talking
The
about?
Saw movies.
Oh yeah, I'm not much into that.
I watched one of them and I had PTSD for 6 months.
You know
I'm not even
what?
joking.
Let's put this to the test. Jason P says, Die Hard, Christmas movie or not? Well, Breakfast Club. Oh man, what a good film. Thank you, Pam.
Small shiny objects. Focus. Is it a Christmas movie or not? I say it. Die Hard. Yeah,
Here's the
it
deal.
is. It is.
Once you start rolling it out, you can't go back. Right? They're gonna get rid of it now. Yeah. that that one kid cuts up blonde hair in the Rolls Royce and 16 candles. He needed a he
Never
needed a lot of-
never saw 16 Candles.
You're kidding me.
True
Right?
story. I'm telling you the truth. Never saw it. I was working my butt off. That was all work though, wasn't it?
John Goodman. Thank you, Jeremy Shelton. John
Yeah.
Goodman.
Boy, that is so good.
It's hot here.
And who? John Turturro is in it.
Oh, it's hot here. Oh, it's a
But
terrible
the
movie.
what's the
Jackie Brown.
we'll talk about
Thank
it.
you.
Stop.
Just watch this. Ready? Just look at my brother while I say this. Jackie Brown. Huh? Makes him wicked uncomfortable. I'm so glad you brought that one up. That is awesome.
Let's move on. Pick a different movie. Quickly.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Red Dawn.
Hey, see how he's grabbing that next
I
one?
have a funny Red Dawn.
That could have been Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. He just was looking for the next story. Go ahead.
I don't want to talk about it.
No,
I
go ahead.
don't like that movie.
No, I got
Awful.
you. No, I got you. It's called a Royale with cheese. Do you know why that is?
That's great.
Metric system.
There's
Look
some
at-
funny.
check out
There's
the
some
big
funny.
green on bread.
There's some funny. You know what? That scene. He goes from Brad to Brett to Brad to Brett to Brad to Brett, and no one even notices.
So, and if I claimed that it was my name, it was the person would always play the Brad one for me. Johnny, why don't you like Jackie Brown? I'm going to tell you. Look. You don't have to get into all of it. I'll just tell you. There are parts of that film where Johnny Scoville looks so much like Robert De Niro that it's almost hard to deal with. Mr. Ray Ray says every Peter Sellers movie ever, and you know what?
He's probably right.
Solid, absolutely solid.
Thanks
Lethal
for
Weapon is a Christmas movie.
Lethal Weapon is no Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon. Riggs.
Yeah, I'll let that go. I think.
Pulp Fiction is a good one. I gave her my heart. She gave me a pen. Get it? Goonies. Mars Attacks. Snotface. The medical system is ridiculous. I will be in and out. Yeah, that's classic. Good to see a Snotface. I love saying that. Good to see a Snotface.
Boondock Saints is great. You know what?
Can't watch The Wizard
got
of
a great
Oz
movie.
because the green witch gives her nightmares. Let me get this straight. The flying monkeys didn't?
Fly's Monkeys were a nightmare. Weren't they horrific?
I still get it.
Who has seen Suicide Kings?
I've seen Suicide Kings.
That's a great movie.
Oh, Snotface. Thank you so much. Snotface just gifted 10 memberships, which probably puts her into like the 200 club. It's not
Awfully
Snotface.
kind of you.
Yeah.
For real.
Thank you so much.
You know what's funny? I've thought about this. Every time I see one, I think to myself, that could spread. And somebody could be visiting, and that could end up with a.
No. That it happens
the
all
ripple.
the time.
The ripple.
It happens all the time. Shaft was great. Todd, this is a quick one because almost everybody seems to be in agreement. We've done this before, but we'll do it again. The Green Witch was a kindergarten teacher. I'd heard that too. But what we're going to do is we're going to make this a little bit easier, and we're going to say the Bonds, right? There are a couple of James Bonds that aren't worth talking about, right? Because they just like one film. What was that guy's name? Roger Daltrey. I don't think he's in the running.
That's
right?
not doesn't count. That doesn't count.
It really does. So
It never
who's
did
your,
with me.
who's your favorite Bond? Obviously, we lean hard toward the original. Highlander's a classic. Here's the thing with Highlander. Then you start wanting to get samurai swords and swing them around and hit people. Not a good idea. Highlander, see? Highlander is there can only be one.
It's a pretty good movie though.
I
First time
kind
you
of
see
like
it,
the guy with the staples. I always thought he was a hell of a character.
there are certain movies though. The first time you see him, which it's never the same after. Like
Eric
something
Savant
about
Kid is
something about Mary. The first time you see something about Mary, you're like, I can't believe they did it. Or I can't believe they showed that.
He said Sir Roger Moore stinked. I'll be honest with you. Like I know people that obviously prefer Roger Moore, but I mean Sean Connery, but I've never heard anybody say, "Nah, he stinks." He gave him the Bugs Bunny.
Walken was amazing in Suicide Kings.
Christopher
Jeremy
Walken
Strong.
is just rough.
You know what
Con Air. Do you know something? I'm not kidding you. I saw Con Air on a bus on the way to Con Air. I'm thinking to myself, this is the dumbest thing. You know,
That's crazy. What are the
true
odds?
story. They were showing us Death Wish, Charles Bronson, Snotface.
I came back from Australia and it was the movie. They only had one movie, or they had several, but they played Groundhog Day. But for some reason, it kept recycling. I couldn't watch others, so
Right.
I watched Groundhog Day like 2 or 3 times, and that in and of itself is pretty fun.
I can watch Groundhog Day every day. Snotface, thank you. I really, really appreciate it. And call tonight. Thank you. If you do that again, I'm just gonna have to refund it. Can't get out of control. I love you though. Appreciate you. I really do. Pam Shipley. Blind Date with Bruce Willis. You know what? Not my favorite film, but
Never saw it.
you did. Because
Did
you
I?
saw it with me. You just don't remember the name of it.
Sorry.
Kim Basinger.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Remember if she gets even a touch of alcohol, she acts the fool.
I do remember.
And
that.
he accidentally gets her a drink. and she acts like an idiot.
And
he gets her back by getting really loaded, and there's a pretty funny grape scene where he tries to. He shoots, he scores.
Rocky Horror Picture Show. You gotta be kidding me. Scooby Dooby with a doobie.
You were named after the guy who played Bond. Really? So are we going with
Yeah, we shoot
Sean
or Roger.
or Roger or
Don't even say it. Unless he is Dalton.
right?
Man, oh man, we blew that one. Are you Dalton? You're Dalton, aren't you?
Well, here's the thing: if your name is Dalton, you need to pick a different movie to say that that's what you're.
Look at this, Jeremy Shelton with the knowledge. Big brain on Jeremy. Timothy Dalton did 2 Bonds. And George Lazenby
There you go.
did only 1.
I'm a little angry that you've got at your fingertips, though, the ability to kind of look things up, because I'm not so good with that. You know what I'm saying? Ned Ryerson, needle nose Ned the head. Got the shingles real bad senior year. You know what? I saw a making of that, and I've talked about this a lot on the boat. But they asked
Snot face. Please don't refund anything. I'm just not great and want to help others.
love you, Snot face. Thank you. Really appreciate you. They asked the director, so how long was he there?
Oh, yeah.
Now, if you think about it, he learns how to speak a foreign language, right? He learns enough about medicine where he's reading that guy's chart and all of that stuff.
Becomes a concert pianist practically.
Learns how to play the
ice
piano,
sculpture.
right?
I mean, there's.
So what's your guess?
I can't remember. I remember because I learned it, but I remember
33 years.
That's how long he was
33
stuck in one
years.
day. Can you imagine that?
Yeah. Oh no, I can imagine it. I promise you, I can. That's what prison is. It really is. It's Groundhog's Day. He is addicted to candy corn. Don't let him lie to you.
It's the grossest thing. I ate one the other day because he made me.
I didn't make you.
You sure did make me. I mean, hold me down.
Yeah,
no,
yeah, okay.
But you pressured me.
Come on, squirrel. We're getting to the top of the hour. Where are you? Hey, there you are. The Miracle with Kurt Russell. I remember seeing The Miracle live. Right, that's the one about the Lake Placid hockey team, and I remember watching that live. See this? Jeremy Shelton says, "No Google here, just good."
No Google. Squirrel. She's not going to cooperate.
Yeah, probably not.
She's
Amy loves Stephen King movies. Okay, I got one for you. How did you like Lawnmower Man? Because I'll tell you something.
Oh, Lawnmower Man.
Lawnmower Man was the only thing about that film that bore any resemblance to the book at all was the name Lawnmower Man.
Really? That was it.
I could not believe when I read it. It's based on a short story, it is, but there's nothing about DNA. There's nothing about any, like you read it and you go, whoa.
How about the
Overboard?
The river or the river's edge? Which one is it? With Dustin? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves is
Keanu Reeves is in there.
That's got to be one of the weird.
Do you know why you say that though? Because you saw that like really on some heavy medication is what that was.
That's a
Big Trouble in Little China is a great film.
I've seen that a bunch of times. It's a good movie. Hey, squirrel. I saw her hitting the catnip earlier.
Snot face. We're keeping you in thoughts and prayers. Hang in there until he gets back on. And thoughts and prayers for your husband as well. Thank you for his service. Milk chocolate is the best, Alan, hands down. Yeah, I like my chocolate just a little bit darker. What was that? What was the movie? No Country for Old Men. That's a good film. There's a lot of really great lines in that. When he does the flipping of the quarter. Don't save that. Don't put that.
That's one of those movies that the first time you see it, you're like, wow, it just shocks you. You know what I mean?
Stop or my mom will shoot. That really is. How did somebody pitch that
to
right? People in Hollywood and have them go,
There's been a bunch of movies where you're like, how, like Sharknado.
Shark. But you know what? No, I get that because now they're trying to see how stupid they can get. You know what I mean? Like the goal is to see just how dumb they can get.
No, but sometimes, like, you don't need to have tons of money to make a great flick. But you know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, but
Well, unless you did Waterworld because they spent that ton of money.
Right. You know, what's that scary? What was the horror movie about lost footage? What was it called? They found that 3 kids. Oh, somebody help me.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Somebody's gonna say it. It's lost footage. They find it. They're in New England, I think, or somewhere. And there's ghosts and demons, and they end up in the basement.
Oh, the Blair Witch
Project. Can I tell you something? This was me with Blair Witch. Are you ready? No lie. I was running a business, working 70 hours a week. Hadn't been out in a year.
Right.
My brother-in-law at the time says, "Let's go to a movie night." I said, "What is it?" Blair Witch. I said, "What is it?" It's a scary movie. I did not know one thing about it. I had no idea what it was. Didn't know nothing. So I just sat down completely blind and watched that. At the last scene, I had goosebumps from my head. I almost had a heart attack. That movie freaked me out.
You know what? I had the completely different. I went in there, and when that thing's doing this number all over the place, I'm like, I can't do this.
Well,
like
yeah.
this does this for the entire film.
Yeah.
And I gave it about probably 8 minutes.
Well, good, because very last scene is the camera doing that.
I was like, you know what? I'm gone, man. I can't do this. It was
Someone
awful.
just said a great one, though. Napoleon Dynamite.
Napoleon Dynamite.
Are you kidding me?
Did you know that I actually, this is going to sound so shallow that it's right out of Seinfeld, but
Let's have it.
I was with a girl for a long period of time that I ended up leaving for no other reason other than the fact that she didn't get the joke. Like nothing from that. You know, she was like, that movie's just not funny. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what?
Wow.
I'm like, you don't find that funny. Like if that person doesn't find that funny, then we don't really have a whole lot to talk about. So as shallow as it is, that was kind of the end of it. Big shout out. This is a huge thing, and I'm not even playing. I want a big shout out. I didn't say this earlier, and I really should have. Blazing Saddles is classic. Another one you could not make today. You just couldn't. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Yep.
The opening scene, where he does the kick. No rules. And he just goes and kicks him square in the junk. That's one of the funniest scenes ever. And the whole jump or swim. Oh, the jump's going to kill you.
I was going to kill you.
Big shout out, right? We did hit today 500,000 views. And we shot a video earlier when we came on and said, thank you to all of you. And thanks to everybody that sat in this chair, right? And have helped to keep the lifeboat floating during, good times, bad, or whatever. But to all you losers like Rob Donnelly, right? Anybody see Brett Miller's scam commercial? A classic. Rob, I came on here and told everybody about it.
Here's the problem.
So
Rob,
thank you to you and all of you losers, because the amount of views that I get from cats like Rob Donnelly,
the biggest fans.
He's going to never miss
the biggest fans of all.
Yeah, they never miss a show. And I can't say that about too many people. I did infomercials.
He's a tortured soul because
everybody on the boat.
People like him, what they do is they hate. Rob, you hate in me and in him what's missing in you. You need to think about that.
He ain't Rob either. We know who he is.
Yeah, no.
But
anyway,
thanks for watching.
Past the hour, and I'm hungry.
Yeah, keep doing what you're doing. I really appreciate you watching. God bless you.
I'll see you on
the blog. Oh no, the blog wasn't even. I'm sorry, the blog was awful. That was a terrible one.
I don't think I saw it.
Yeah, you did. Steel Magnolias. I know somebody that would freak out to that, but I was never really caught the Steel Magnolias thing. All right, we are Scoville's. Right?
Love you guys.
Right there.
Thanks for hanging.
In the basket. Yeah, she's
hanging the pile over.
Yeah, she's putting it on.
Thanks for the mods. Love you guys.
Putting it on for the crew. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you on the next one on the Fives.